Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are Group 57, and we're here to explore Spotify's hybrid work approach and how this has proved to be beneficial for their company. First, I'd like to introduce you to the rest of my team. My name's Ava Frankie.
My name's Connor Young.
I'm Zach Gillern.
I'm Foley Spring.
I'm Olive Liu.
Today, we're going to be going over Spotify's work from anywhere model, their job design, and how Spotify measures hybrid success. We're then going to move into the benefits for employees and the company, as well as the challenges and managerial responses. We'll then conclude with organizational behavior analysis and conclusion and key takeaways. Spotify's hybrid approach is rooted in the idea that work isn't somewhere you go, it's something you do. Their work from anywhere model allows employees to choose the location where they work best, whether that's at home, in the office, or even a co-working space. They then choose a work mode, depending on what supports their productivity and team needs. Although Spotify offers high flexibility, they balance it with intentional in-person connection. One example is Core Week. This is a single week in the year when teams are strongly encouraged to meet in person to collaborate, build relationships, and align on strategy. Core Week functions as a reset point and a dedicated time to reinforce culture, plan ahead, and create the kind of deep collaboration that's harder to replicate online. To support hybrid success year-round, Spotify provides equal access to tools, equipment, and development opportunities regardless of someone's work mode. They also use structured touch points like regular check-ins and community events to maintain engagement across their global workforce. Spotify's work from anywhere model combines autonomy with strategic connection where employees can truly work where they work best while still having shared moments throughout the year to strengthen collaboration and culture. Now let's take a closer look at their job design.
Spotify's hybrid work structure is designed to make flexibility part of the job itself, not just a policy. Their work from anywhere program lets employees choose to work from home, the office, or another city, with success measured by outcomes, not hours. Teams also use flex time, setting their own working rhythms across time zones to balance collaboration and creativity. Spotify's job design is built on its squads, tribes, chapters, and guilds model. Squads act like small startups focused on one goal. Tribes group related squads together. Chapters connect people with similar skills, and guilds link employees with shared interests. This structure encourages job rotation so employees can move between teams, learn new skills, and stay engaged. And while job sharing isn't formal yet, Spotify's culture makes it possible, letting two people share one role for added flexibility. Altogether, these elements create a culture of trust, autonomy, and balance that helps Spotify's teams thrive anywhere. Now, we'll be talking about how Spotify measures success.
Spotify's work model drives success both for the company and its employees. According to Statista, the data shows that Spotify has maintained strong employee retention over time, even as it has expanded globally. In 2023, Spotify underwent cost cutting, laying off 1,500 employees who made up 17% of their workforce. While this may have worried or discouraged employees in the short term, they were actually able to turn around and record their first profitable year ever. In an industry known for high turnover, this stability signals a workplace where people feel supported, autonomous, and connected to meaningful work. The real question is, why does Spotify's model work for both people and performance? There are three key benefits built into the way Spotify organizes its teams. First off, faster time to market. Spotify's squads operate like a small, focused product team. They can design, build, and ship features quickly without waiting on layers of approval. That speed keeps Spotify competitive and ensures that user feedback comes early and often. Secondly is cross-functional collaboration and engagement. The Spotify model blends roles, allowing teams to solve problems together rather than passing work along a chain. This strengthens communication, increases creativity, and makes employees feel more connected to the final outcome. Lastly is employee autonomy. Teams have real ownership over their work. Employees make decisions, choose solutions, and guide the direction of the product area. That level of trust increases motivation, reduces burnout, and directly supports the strong retention numbers we see over time. Together, these elements create a cycle. Autonomy fuels engagement. collaboration improves quality, and faster delivery drives business results. Spotify keeps talent longer, and the company becomes more agile and profitable in the process.
While the benefits of hybrid work model clearly exceed the challenges, Spotify still does face some challenges. I'm going to dive into those challenges that Spotify faces with its hybrid work model and the specific issues tied to each one. First is collaboration and innovation. This has become more difficult. When people work remotely, those quick creative sparks that come from in-person conversations are harder to recreate. Spotify has even acknowledged that virtual settings make it tougher to brainstorm and build ideas together naturally. Next, maintaining culture and belonging is another major struggle. When employees are spread across different countries, it is easy for that sense of team connection and shared identity to fade. Spotify's HR team has said that they have had to be intentional about keeping that office energy alive, even when people are not physically there. A third challenge involves time zone and communication barriers. Because employees are located all over the world, some teams find it difficult to schedule meetings or collaborate in real time, which slows down responses and decision making. Another issue is measuring productivity and manager trust. Without being in the office, managers cannot rely on visibility. They have to trust that work is getting done without micromanaging, which can be a big shift from traditional leadership styles. And finally, there's a hybrid inequality, meaning people who work in person may have more visibility and access to leadership opportunities than those who work remotely. This creates a risk of unfair advantages within teams if it is not handled carefully. But to address these challenges, Spotify has made several adjustments to strengthen its hybrid system. For collaboration and innovation, they introduced Core Weeks, where teams come together in person to brainstorm and problem solve. This gives employees that face-to-face creative energy back while still keeping that flexibility of remote work. To keep their culture and sense of belonging strong, managers now plan intentional team events and hybrid rituals, such as virtual celebrations and in-person team days, to maintain that social connection and shared identity. To fix the time zone and communication issues, Spotify created a ways of working playbook that encourages asynchronous communication. That means when employees collaborate on their own schedules using shared tools and recorded meetings instead of relying on a live call. For measuring productivity, Spotify shifted to output-based performance, which focuses on results rather than hours worked, and encouraged a trust-based leadership approach that empowers employees instead of monitoring them. And finally, to prevent hybrid inequality, Spotify provides equal resources for everyone. That includes home office and access to co-working spaces, so remote employees have the same opportunities and setups as those in the office. Overall, these steps show that Spotify's hybrid model is not just about flexibility. It's about balance, fairness, and keeping teams connected no matter where they work. Now that we have looked at the challenges and how Spotify manages them, we can connect these ideas to organizational behavior concepts to understand how leadership, motivation, team dynamics play a role in making hybrid work successful.
For our organizational behavior analysis, we focused on how Spotify's hybrid work model connects to the key OB series. First, autonomy is a major thing. Employees can choose where and how they work. It increases the intrinsic motivation and engagement, which align with the job characteristics model. And second, self-determination theory helps explain why flexibility works so well. Spotify supports autonomy, competence, and relatedness, and things like scores and chapters help people develop skills. While Core brings the whole team together for meaningful in-person connection. Third, psychology safety is really important in hybrid environments. Remote work can make it harder for people to speak up. So Corvic and structured communication rituals help rebuild trust and support creativity. Fourth, output-based evaluation also connects to the LMX theory. Instead of rewarding people just because they are physically present, Spotify emphasizes fairness and equal access to opportunities. This helps reduce proximity bias and keeps employees feeling supported. And finally, medium richness theory explains why matching the communication channel to the task matters. Rich media for strategy and brainstorming, asynchronous tools for updates. Overall, this series help show why Spotify's hybrid model is not just flexible, but also strong in supporting motivation, trust, and performance.
To wrap up, Spotify's hybrid strategy shows what it really means to trust employees and design work for flexibility, not control. Their work from anywhere model gives people the freedom to choose how and where they work best, supported by the squad, tribe, chapter, and guild structure that keeps teams connected across locations. This balance between autonomy and alignment has improved retention and engagement, dropping attrition by about 15% while maintaining Spotify's collaborative culture. Core Week, this is where teams meet in person to reset and plan. And it proves that connection doesn't have to disappear in a remote environment. It just needs to be intentional. Now, of course, the model isn't perfect. Challenges like communication barriers and maintaining creativity remain real. But Spotify's response through trust-based leadership, output-based evaluation, and clear rituals for collaboration shows that hybrid work can strengthen culture when it's designed thoughtfully. Ultimately, Spotify's approach highlights the future of organizational behavior, flexibility, psychological safety, and shared purpose driving performance. Hybrid work here isn't just a policy. It's a mindset that lets people do their best work, wherever they are.
Thank you again for listening. Here are the references to all of the evidence that we used to make this project. Thank you again.